So as we know, the common problem on the Tahoes, Suburbans, Avalanches is cracked dashes. This one's no different. Someone tried to repair it here. Crack comes all the way up. There's a crack there. There's cracks around the center speaker. There's a crack over there leading to the airbag. At this point, I just put some painter's tape here to stop this from flapping. I may just cover it with something called the Dashskin. We'll see. But let me see how this works out. But this is what the before picture looks like. First thing you have to do is use like a degreaser or something to wipe down every inch of the surface. You want to get rid of anything that will block adhesion of the silicone. So I liberally already did it. I coated this whole area with this stuff, wiped it down with a fiber cloth, and now we're basically ready to install the Dashskin. You saw that I put the painter's tape up there. I'm probably just going to leave it there. It's not hurting anything. It's going to get covered by the Dashskin. So as I mentioned earlier, I decided to get the product from the company Dashskin. I think it's $169. I bought it on Amazon in the event I needed to return it. Amazon first said it was going to take like 10 days to ship, but like anything else Amazon, it showed up within a couple days. So I'm going to crack this open and see what we got. Okay, so we got the product out of the box. It looks pretty well built. My model has the center speaker, so here's the cutouts for the center speaker. I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet because I don't want to get scratched or anything. They do provide you with this tube of silicone. I think this is generic silicone. I wasn't sure what they were going to send me, so I ended up getting some JB Weld silicone. Also has this nice little plastic applicator, which I think I've already lost. It's very windy today, so I'll have to find that, but it'll be a little bit more fine-tuned for the cracks and stuff. And then we'll see what these instructions have to say in terms of where we need to put the silicone. So I've opened it up. I'm gonna do a dry fit real quick. However, you know, obviously looks like it had a little bit of dust on it, so I'm using my degreaser, and I'm just gonna give it a little pass, clean it off, all that dust off, so that when I do apply the adhesive, it's not sticking to dust, it's sticking to the actual plastic. The little pamphlet instruction manual that came with it did pinpoint certain areas where it wants heavy doses of the silicone. It's kind of around this thing, around here, and then some strategic spots up here, but we'll see what that is when we get to it. I'm going to do a dry fit now. So we've done a dry fit here. So it lays over the existing cracked console pretty nicely. There is going to be a slight little lip here at the bottom. The texture is exactly the same as the existing texture. So this matches this, and that's good. The airbag area is exposed, which is good. This unit, when I bought it, did have the airbag recall, so I had that done, because apparently if you put this cover on and the airbag recall is not done, GM won't do the recall or the work. You have to remove this. So anyway, it looks like it fits, no issues. So now we can apply the silicone as stated. Actually, there's a few spots that I'm going to do a spot repair on real quick as well before we stick it down. All right. Okay, so the dry fit was a success. So what I'm going to do now is I made some spot repairs and put some silicone on some of the cracks that were existing here and there. That's what it says to do per the instructions. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the silicone to the actual Dashskin and the spots it recommends and do the fitment. So it's a bit of a windy day today, so I'm not going to try to film this while I'm doing it. So the instructions here basically show to put silicone around here, 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 and then if you look closely, if it doesn't get blurry, there's like some dots here that it wants. So I'm going to do the same, just duplicate what it's asking to do in the instructions on the Dashskin, and then try to get it fitted into the truck. So real quick, I put silicone in all the spots that it said in the manual. I'm getting ready to fit it into the truck. Like I said, it's windy out here, so I'm just going to get it in without getting too crazy with the video. Okay, so I have it in place. Definitely is a two-person job to get the Dashskin with all the silicone on it down without rubbing up against anything else. good tip would be to get as many heavy things as you possibly can. I didn't have that many books in my house. I tried to use as many as I could. I used some tape here. The tape was having some trouble sticking on some surfaces that still had like some armor all and stuff. So it's very important to degrease all these surfaces and the tape will stick a little better. But if you put heavy stuff up here, you don't need the tape. Over in that corner over there, that was a little bit of an issue. The only thing that's probably gonna bug me is this little lip. There's a little lip here, but I'll deal with that. For the most part, it's a pretty good fit. So I'm gonna let it cure and see what happens. Okay, here we are with the final product. I took the tape off, I removed all the books, and the cover seems to have adhered pretty nicely and cured to the dash. I'm gonna take it for a drive now, see if there's any more rattling or anything like that. It looks pretty solid. You know, doesn't seem to be bouncy in any spots. So I'm very impressed. It looks great, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna take it for a ride now. If there's anything else that needs to be highlighted, I will add to the end of this, but consider this the end of the video. Thank you. Okay, I actually do have a quick addendum. I take my dog to the dog park pretty regularly. There he is there with his head out the window. And the road to the dog park here inside this park is not the greatest. And every time I would go over these potholes and stuff, as you'll see up here, the dash would rattle. I don't hear anything. Not that this car doesn't have any inherent rattles, but it seems like 85% of them were coming from the dash. And they're gone now. So it sounds so nice when I go over these bumps and I don't get that, you know, sound. So this is great. I'm very, very happy with this Dashskin. Again, my only recommendation would be to be a little bit more liberal with the silicone. I think I probably didn't go as heavy as I should have, but it doesn't seem to have affected the installation. So once again, big time thumbs up for the Dashskin. Cheers.